What's up, everybody? Welcome to TotallyAFan. I am your host, Taffy. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to join me on this amazing Saturday morning or afternoon. This is the show where we go over all the news in movies, comics, TV, video games, your fandom fanfare right here. With me today, as always, is Mr. Jesse Meza, returned from the grave.
Hi. I don't really go anywhere. I just go sit in a corner for a few weeks.
He goes to timeout.
Come back.
Yeah. We put him in timeout because...
a two-game suspension. It's no big deal.
Yeah. But what's good, everybody? Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to come hang out with us. Like I said, this is a show where we go over news and information. We do a live stream every Saturday on Twitch, twitch.tv/TotallyFan, TAF, every Saturday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you can't catch the live show for whatever reason, we do have a podcast on Anchor.fm that goes Monday, 12 p.m., Anchor.fm/TotallyFan, or wherever else you like to listen to podcasts, iTunes, Google Play, whatever the case. If for whatever reason you can't catch either the live show or the podcast, we do have videos that get sprinkled throughout YouTube. We also have social media at TotallyAFan. Please consider following us there for community engagement, little skits and stuff here and there, and some other fandom shenanigans. So definitely hope to see you guys there. We have quite a bit of an episode today, and I'm really I don't have any major plans for any topics for the end of the podcast segment, but there's a lot of stuff to cover. So let's go ahead and get started with that, shall we? So let me see here. Oh, okay. We're just gonna get a little transition.
Always nice seeing that intro.
Yeah, always nice. Yeah, it's always nice. All right, so first things first. At the Walt Disney Studio Resort in Florida, we are going to get a brand new theme attraction called Star Wars: The Galactic Starcruiser. This is going to be coming out, I believe, in 2022. And basically what it is, it's a hotel completely decked out as if you're in an actual spaceship. There's going to be tons of amenities to do as adults. You can go to bar. There's like a little bar lounge area. There's a bunch of stuff to do if you're a kid. They're going to have some like Jedi simulation training things. I think it's going to be cool. There's going to be a bunch of cast members that are going to be dressed up in multiple characters. So you're going to be able to see a bunch of that interaction as if they're prepping for a ship. And I believe it's going to serve as like a waypoint. I don't know if you guys remember. You guys may or may not be too old or too young, rather. But Disney had like a downtown Disney, which was like the more adult type theme. And to get there, there was like a shuttle bus that would take you to and from. I believe there's going to be a shuttle that takes you from the Starcruiser to the Galaxy's Edge, which is the other theme with the big Millennium Falcon and all that other stuff there. Now, another big thing that come out of this is the brand new lightsaber that Disney has patents on in 2018, and they've finally been able to work it. And they've dropped a cool little teaser with a cast member dressed as Rey. She turns the lightsaber on, and it literally, like, it goes, right? It's not like one of those things where, like, if you, like, whip it, and then these cones eventually come out to form the shape. And it's also not like the other lightsabers where, like, it's a light bar, basically. It literally, like, grows out of the saber. I thought that was really cool. However, fans are kind of, like, throwing up a storm just because since Disney has this patent, this could potentially block other cosplayers from making lightsabers similar to this. And while I think it's kind of like a give and take thing, like Disney does have the patents, it's a legal issue. Yeah, that may suck for fans, but it is what it is. But overall, the hotel, it's a full-on immersive experience, and I think it's really cool. Jesse, what are your thoughts?
I always like some new Star Wars stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Disneyland is taking over the world slowly but surely. I think that'll be kind of cool to have a Star Wars themed. I thought they already had one. I guess they don't. Like an actual hotel that's in the shape of like a Galactic cruiser. So this is like the bad guy ship. It's not like the Millennium Falcon, right?
No, it's not a bad guy ship. I believe the ship is
like
called the Halcyon, I think is what it's called. And basically it's like a transporter ship. It's like one of the background ships that you see like when the rebels are like flying in space or whatever. Like it's not meant to be a bad guy ship. It's just like a generic ship, but it looks like it's
Generic
going to be
spaceship.
yeah, but it looks
Yeah.
like it's going to be really huge to accommodate a 2-night stay for multiple
Yeah.
families, and then they're going to have this whole like bar and all this other stuff too.
Yeah, that'll be cool. I mean, I guess they're gonna put it next to what, the Galaxy's Edge area, or
Uh
probably it makes most sense, right? Or
well, they have tons of space. I didn't see anything specifically about where specifically it's going to, but it has to be close because they are offering
yeah,
a shuttle service that goes from the Starcruiser to Galaxy's Edge. So
yeah.
to give you that more immersion feel, because it's gonna
I
feel
mean,
like you're going
at this
into a
point,
pod.
at this point, Disney just owns all of Florida.
You know,
You know, like
you know,
I have Google
Disney
Maps open.
Disney
I'm
City.
just yeah, like I'm just trying to figure out like where they would put it. They got a ton of space, like, and then like it's funny, like you see all the
The
theme
Walt
parks,
Disney
and then down,
County.
like down here is just someone's house. So like you you live 5 minutes away from Disneyland.
Yeah,
That is pretty gnarly.
that's pretty cool actually. I would love to
Yeah,
live
but I
that
mean,
close to
as
Disney.
far as the lightsabers go, I mean, to me, like I could have sworn people were already making like live action lightsabers like that were real. I guess this one actually retracts, but I don't know. It just seems like it's people have already done it, and I don't know if I'm supposed to be impressed, but are they going to sell it, or they just patent it saying, hey, we can actually do this? Because you can actually, isn't that one of the attractions, you can build your own lightsaber that like lights up and glows
Yeah,
for
but
like $300?
but that lightsaber is essentially a light bar, right? And it
Yeah,
comes with the
whatever.
handle. You press the button,
Yeah.
and then it sprouts. Additionally, too, what you do is with that bar, you can twist it into the lightsaber to have a full lightsaber, or you can twist it to take it apart so that you could just display the handle. So there is that. I know there are like throughout YouTube, there are fans that are trying to make like their own like actual laser lightsaber. There are people that are trying to do like a realistic light up version, but for like combat, in relation to like combat stuff, training or filming or whatever. What it looks like, there were pictures, and I forgot where it was, but there were pictures of like the patents, and it makes it look like it's gonna be a LED strip that basically unwinds and then stiffens out to be like a full like length saber. Again, I don't know what the combat like rules are gonna be with this because it could just be literally a string.
Chop hands off.
Yeah, like for an example, I haven't put these up, but I have here. Let me change screens real quick. But I have this LED strip, right? But this is just a strip. This is really flimsy. It's not meant to like be whipped around and like actually hit people with. So there's that. So I don't know. I mean, I think it's mainly just for display purposes, so that you can see Rey walking around without having to carry this massive fucking thing, where she could just pull out the lightsaber and then turn it on, and vice versa, turn it off. I think it's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be really cool. All I know is like I really want to go. I really wanted to go to Galaxy's Edge. There's a Disney park here in Anaheim that it's Disneyland. It's not Disney World, but
It's not the same.
no, it's not the same, but they have, like one has something that the other one doesn't and vice versa. So like I do want to go to this one eventually. And because I'm so close, the other thing too, I just realized, I don't know why, but for like the longest time, I always thought Disney was like mad expensive. I thought tickets were like in the $500 range, right? Fucking tickets are like $100.
No,
I could
getting
go to,
in.
I could go tomorrow if I
Getting in
wanted
is
to.
the easy part. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the fact that a lot of people don't live there. So like me, I'm far away. I'd have to
Right.
fly or drive, and then you got to stay in a hotel, and then you got to buy all the crap.
Right.
So yeah, just getting in and riding some rides, is easy enough. But then you get in and you want to like they
Buy
have food
everything.
you can't get anywhere else. They got merchandise you can't get anywhere else.
That's
It's
the
all
other thing.
exclusive stuff. Yeah.
That's the other thing, dude.
So
like
that's how they
shit,
get
my
you.
hair's going the wrong way. That's the other thing. Like Disney, when they were announcing Galaxy's Edge and they were announcing like the food and the beverages and all that stuff, the in-world stuff that really gives you that immersive feel. Oh my god, it looks so good. There was a chicken dish. I can't remember what it's called now, but like it looks so good. And mind you, there's a difference between amusement parks and theme parks, right? Most parks are amusement parks, like Six Flags, King's Dominion, There's probably some other ones. Those are the two that like really stand out to me as amusement parks. You go there, you go have fun, you go ride rides. If you buy food, it's usually hot dogs or funnel cakes, right? Then there's theme parks where you go to an immersive, almost set, and you get to experience the different things within those themes. For an example, when I went to Universal for my birthday, shout out to TotallyAFan, TotallyAFan, hat tip to you. He hooked me up with basically like a free 2-day trip there for my birthday. And when I went to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, dude, like there was food and drinks there that was based in the movie. And sure, like chicken is chicken, but I mean like the names and everything, the way it was prepared, it didn't look like a traditional like Burger King meal or like a McDonald's meal. You know, it looked as if like this could be what they eat in the movies. And Star Wars does the same thing, and I think that's really awesome. And I think just to add to that immersion, that's where this whole lightsaber thing comes into play. But like I said, to find out that it's really cheap, I really want to go. I know that a lot of people are like really desperate to kind of get back to normal, to go out and do things, and that's something that like I really want to do. You know, whether or not I feel comfortable, you know, that's because of COVID. That's something that you have to make that decision for yourself. Just be safe. That's really all we're saying. But there's all these conventions and things that I really want to go to, like MagFest. Obviously, I want to go back home for MagFest. I want to go to Disney World, Disneyland as well. There's a Universal here as well I want to go to. So,
You know, I mean, some of the conventions are slowly coming back. I mean, I think San Diego Comic-Con is coming back in person, but they're getting some pushback from the actual like actors that don't want to do it. You know, and a lot of them are trying to come back and have been canceled, or they've been splintered off into online only. Something like E3 was canceled last year, and now they are coming back, but they're strictly online in person. The experience definitely isn't the same, but in my eyes, it's like, well, something is better than nothing. So I think that was definitely what we missed last year. Was just, I don't know why they didn't do an online only E3, because like, what is E3 in your mind? It's, you go to this big convention, you hang out with developers, they show you gameplay footage of their upcoming games, you could try out new games, but really it's just a giant collection of announcements and trailers. So why didn't you do that? That was one of the things that bugged me, was why didn't you do that last year? You have all these collections of announcements and trailers, and just kind of just sprinkle them on YouTube and Twitch for, you know, in the middle of June. And that didn't happen. So all these game announcements were just kind of throughout the year, which just didn't have the same impact as I would have wanted. I mean, I understand COVID, you know, there's development delays, but they're doing this now, next year, or this year coming up, right? It's in a few weeks. Oh, crap. I'm losing track of time. Yeah, so I guess they're going to be doing it now, where it's just going to be maybe live streams, maybe interviews, but they're going to have, you know, just showcase what everyone's been working on and having trailers come out. So it's going to feel a little better, but it's still kind of not, you know, back to 100%. But it is better than nothing. So, you know, we have that, and hopefully no more games get delayed.
right. The other thing too, I think, for E3, and by the way, that's like the next segment, right? Is E3 is we do know that some developers are coming back. I think it's a little bit more than just a collection of trailers. I think a lot of studios do offer like a alpha or beta testing of certain games, like at the actual event. You get to do that stuff there. So E3 is a really big one, especially for gamers. You know, being here on Twitch, E3 is really important. Because a lot of the streamers are playing these games and are wanting to get like their first hands on some of these amazing titles, DLC, all that content as well. Do you know any specific producers that are going to be at this year's E3?
I know Nintendo will be there. Someone dropped out. Was it Sony? Some big name dropped out. Square Enix will be there. Bandai Namco will be there. Sega will be there.
Sega. Yeah.
Is it Sony? Someone, maybe EA? Let me do
Sure.
some more research. Who dropped out? Some big name dropped out, and they're like, well, we don't got nothing to. Oh, it is Konami. Konami is not going to be there.
Okay.
But they confirmed they're working on stuff, so maybe they're just not ready to show anything.
We
which is a little
actually,
weird.
I think loosely talked about Konami coming back to the game sphere a couple weeks ago. I want to say not last episode, but I think the episode before that. Konami did announce that they were working on a project, so it would stand to reason that for E3 they would want to talk more about that project. However, if they're not ready, then it would explain why they're not coming to E3.
And Sony confirmed they are not a part of this digital E3. They are going to do their own state of play sometime in the summer, but they won't officially be a part of that either.
Right.
So
Didn't
it
they
looks
just
like
do something recently too? Sony did?
Yeah, they do state of plays every other month. It seems like. But it seems like out of the big three, it's just Nintendo and Microsoft which will be there, and then all the other studios. But so yeah, Sony's just saying, yeah, we don't need this.
I mean, look, there's a bunch of really awesome games that are in the works that we know of that are in the works. There's also a bunch of games that we don't know about that E3 usually serves as that purpose or as that gap, that bridge to announce like, yo, there's new products on the way. This is what it is. Definitely, like, you know, you're gonna want to be here for it. So, I'm interested to see how they do the tickets. I know some digital conventions have been really exclusive and like kind of hard to get tickets for. And basically, it's just a big Zoom call, right? But like, it'd be interesting to see.
Much, yeah.
But I know that there is like limited space just because of like servers and all that stuff. So I wonder how crazy it's gonna be. I definitely would like to try to get tickets and try to be there, but it's hard, dude. And financially speaking, I don't know if it's such a good idea. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. If we do get it, you guys will know. I will fucking announce if I get tickets at E3. I will definitely let you know. I'm not gonna
Fan live from E3's computer stream.
Yeah. So we'll see how that works out. But speaking of games, a fan-made game or version of the Batman 1989 movie has been made into like a watchable demo at the moment, and it looks so sweet, man. We just got off the news about the Batman 89 comic book that's coming out. We confirmed that Michael Keaton's agency reported that he will be coming back as Bruce Wayne. We even got clips of the Bruce Wayne manor that's going to be in Flashpoint, which is like the traditional like mansion, right? We see it in X-Men. It's the X Mansion. If you guys watch Arrow, it's Oliver Queen's place. Like it's fucking everywhere. Like it's the same mansion they use for all these movies. So they are filming there, but the game, there's clips of the like there's parts of the game where you see Bruce in the Batcave. You see him in Gotham. You get to see him, like, I don't know if you get to drive the Batmobile. It looks like it's kind of like a cinematic transition from him driving the Batmobile, but visually, aesthetically, the game looks so good. It looks like Tim Burton's Batman, both the Batman and Batman Returns. The suit looks sick. The lighting, the atmosphere, just everything about it. It looks great. We posted it on Facebook, a trailer to it. We got a couple people comment on like how sick it looks. So again, guys, just make sure that you guys are following on social media. Facebook and Twitter are definitely like the top two to make sure you're following us, where we retweet news and things of that nature. So if you guys want to be up to date with what's going on before the week comes out, make sure that you guys are following us there. Additionally, if there's anything that we talk about that you guys want to be a part of, that you guys want us to talk about, make sure you're hitting us up on social media. Get that community engagement going. We also have the Discord as well. But anyways, fucking the game looks sick. Jesse, what are your thoughts? Did you see the trailer? Or the little...
Funny you should ask. I'm on YouTube trying to find the trailer. And it's been claimed by Warner Brothers Entertainment
No.
as a copyright claim.
No.
I had to find some re-uploads. So apparently, Big Daddy Warner Brothers is not happy with the fact that this fan completely 100% for free in his own time just created something that's not even playable. He's not going to sell it. Like it says on the title screen, this is a non-commercial project. This will not be available to play for anybody. He just did it for fun, and they're being big butt babies about it.
Well, you heard it here
really
first,
cool.
folks. You heard it here first.
Yeah, it looks really. It honestly looks like an Arkham game with the Batman '89 skin slapped on it. It looks, if I took some screenshots of this, you wouldn't even tell. It looks like the movie. Yeah. That's how good it looks. And, this is like, so that's kind of there's sort of two options when you sort of claim something as your own. It's one, you just don't want anyone to associate this with your own brand, which usually means it's something bad. It's like a parody that's like very violent, or it's very adult oriented.
Usually, yeah.
Or the second reason is you don't want this being confused with something that you're creating. So I know they're doing a couple Batman games, but none of them are in this universe. So like,
Or
why
it's
would
so
you?
much better. It's so much better than what you can
Right,
actually
like,
produce
this
that you
is
feel like
yeah,
yo.
like this is not hurting anyone to make this. This is literally
Right.
just a fan project that is not being sold. It's not playable. Like I know Nintendo is very very picky with that. Like if there's a game out there that's playable, that's a fan game, they'll go after it. But like this isn't even playable. It's just a trailer. So I don't know what's up their butt, but it looks so cool. I kind of wish. I mean, I can see their point. It's making me like I don't even care about the official Batman game coming out now. I want to play this.
Yeah. I
So
know that Friday the 13th, the game, they kind of had to go through a very serious legal issue because they did make a game for everyone to play. It was very similar to the Dead by Daylight type of game, where it's like a one serial killer and then like four people, and you run around doing different tasks trying to find a way out. That game had a bunch of really awesome skins. It had a bunch of DLC that you could actually pay for, and it was on Steam. But I forgot who the production company is, but they basically got on them and they told them they have to stop. So I think it got to a point where they can no longer have the game available to play. Like that's how bad it is. So like servers are gonna go down. So it would stand to reason that WB is gonna follow a similar suit with this Batman game, even though
that's lame.
even though it's like you said, like the guy said he wasn't intending on selling it. If anything, he was maybe doing it just for fun. If anything, it shows what he can do, and he should get hired.
That's a portfolio for him.
Yeah, that's definitely a nice portfolio piece. But like, dude, like the game looks so sick. I definitely would have loved to have played it. I don't know how close to Arkham they were trying to follow, but it was so sick. And definitely keep in mind that like as it's not quite like Jesse said, like it's a full on like reskin of every texture and everything. No, like this thing was a complete like from ground up looking thing that looks like an Arkham game in terms of certain mechanics, but there's just no comparison, dude. It looks so sick, and I'm really upset that they're not going to push forward with it, and so we'll see what happens there. But we'll move on to our next one, and we can always come back around. But it's finally confirmed straight from the horse's mouth that Andrew Garfield has no part whatsoever, nothing in this godforsaken universe to do with Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, I had been on the fence about whether or not he's going to make his return. The same thing with Tobey Maguire. There have been some reports and speculations that, they're in talks. They're on set, this, and that. But funny enough, Andrew Garfield has yet to have any sort of rumors, any sort of leaks, any kind of attachment apart from maybe talking to the production company about his involvement in the new Spider-Man movie from the MCU. He was in an interview very recently. I forgot who he did the interview with, but it was posted on Twitter where he said that he's never got the call. And as far as he's concerned, he thinks that it's fun and he sees Spider-Man trending a lot, but the fans have gone crazy and he wants everybody to understand that like he's not in it. He never got the call for it. All the rumors are rumors, and he would love to be down for it, but if he hasn't gotten called, what is he going to do, right? He can't demand to be in it. That's not how it works. With that said, as a reminder to fans, rumors are rumors. You definitely have to take it with a grain of salt. Also, make sure that you're paying attention on who you're getting your information from, because I believe one of the leaks came from Illuminati, who said that he was on set, but Illuminati has been really dropping the ball in all of their rumor reports. They've really been fucking up a lot of their information and stuff like that. And So like definitely you want to be careful of who your source is. But just say, what are your thoughts on Andrew Garfield confirming he is not in Spider-Man?
Yeah, he's a big fat liar and a big fat phony. He is in the new Spider-Man.
He's also in Doctor Strange too, by the way.
He's in he's gonna be in the new Avengers, and he's gonna be in the Eternals.
Oh, so he's
Um,
replacing Tom Holland. Great.
I don't know. All right, so let's play hypotheticals. Let's say hypothetically, I, as of next week, am the new Iron Man. I just signed the agreements. I already shot my scenes, and I'm in the suit. It looks awesome. So I'm going to be in Iron Man 4. But then they make me sign this thing called a non-disclosure agreement, which means I can't tell anybody. And now I'm going to be murdered and sued because I just spilled the beans that I am the new Iron Man. What is my course of action if you ask me, hey, Jesse, are you in the new Iron Man? What am I supposed to do? Do I say,
deny it.
oh, you got me, man. You know what? I'm the new Iron Man. You got me. Or do I say, I'm not the new Iron Man? Because one of two things. I am either A, not the new Iron Man, or B, I am definitely the new Iron Man, and I have to lie because I will put myself in legal jeopardy if I just confirm it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he has to do. He has to just say, no, I'm not in it, because he can't, he can't do anything else. He can't say, yeah, I'm in it, you got me, guys, because then he'll get in trouble. He has to say he's not in it. There is more evidence that he's in it than he's not in it.
You think so?
There is more evidence of him being in the movie. So definitely,
I want to pick your brain here then.
He's in it.
So look.
Go ahead.
No, go. Finish your point.
I forgot what my point was.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry.
Him and Tobey Maguire, there is more evidence that they are both in it versus them not being in it.
Okay. So I definitely want to pick your brain, and we'll probably get into this during the podcast segment. But, with any rumor report that goes out, and when a cast member has to be interviewed, one of like the most political answers that they can give you is never say never. Kevin Feige says it all the fucking time when people ask him about X-Men, when people talk to him about cameos and whatever the case is. When they were talking to him about the MCU Netflix characters, he said never. Never say never doesn't mean no. It also doesn't mean yes. It means that they are within the pool of potential characters or cast members that they can grab if they want to for whatever project, if it makes sense. But it doesn't mean it's going to happen. So when people, especially like Andrew Garfield, when they say never, it doesn't mean yes and it doesn't mean no. Keep that in mind, because other members will say it. If you ask the cast members of Mortal Kombat if the sequel is already in the works, they're going to, like if they're going to return in Mortal Kombat 2, they'll probably tell you like never say never. The reason being, Mortal Kombat's world allows for the returning of dead characters. It has that within its core DNA to be able to return dead members, but that's not going to happen. Just because Movieverse and a bunch of other shit. We'll get into that maybe later. But the same thing with Steve Rogers, right? Steve Rogers, are you going to be in Chris Evans, are you going to be in Captain America 4? He might say never, but he's also said that if he comes back, it has to make sense. It has to make sense for the character. There has to be that growth for the character. So keep that in mind with these reports, because it's possible Andrew and Toby could still be in it. We'll get into some of these details a little bit later during the podcast segment, but it's not confirmed. And until we hear it from Marvel or them, if they say yes, they're in it, then we, at that point, can believe that they are in it. But if they say no, the speculation will continue, because you have to say no, because that's a huge surprise. You don't want to spoil it. You would have to say no. It's a weird, what do you call it? It's a double something. I forget what it's called. But, like, it's possible. I just don't think it's likely, and we'll get into that section later. However, that's going to be it for the news segment, guys. Again, I want to take the time to thank you guys for hanging out with us, for spending time and out of your day to chill with us as we go over all this amazing news. As a reminder, live stream every Saturday, 12 p.m., twitch.tv/TotallyAFan, TAF. If you can't catch the live show, anchor.fm/TotallyFan every Monday, 12 p.m. Listen to the podcast. If you can't listen to it on Anchor, we also are on iTunes, Google Play, etc., etc. And if for whatever reason you can't catch either of that, social media, we got YouTube sprinkled clips and episodes and stuff like that on YouTube. So now we're going to switch segments. Now we're going to get into the podcast segment where we're just going to chill and hang out. But because Jesse brought up an interesting point, Jesse, let's talk more about your evidence of Toby
All
and
right,
or
let's go.
Andrew.
I got a ton of evidence. But
Yeah.
let's make you happy. Here's the evidence that he's not going to be in it.
Okay.
He said he's not going to be in it. Marvel has said nothing. They haven't said he's in it, but they haven't said he's not in it.
Okay.
And they, in this day and age, we're pretty good at leaking stuff. There has not been a set photo of him. There hasn't been a behind-the-scenes shot of him. I mean, they leaked, what's that guy's name? Evan Peters as Quicksilver. They leaked that months before he actually was announced because, people are hanging around the set and doing spy cameras and stuff.
Yeah.
So we knew ahead of time he was going to be in it because they shot him with the baseball cap on and he's trying to be stealthy, but not working. So there has not been any photos of him. So that's evidence that he's not in it. But then we get into the juicy stuff of here's the evidence that he's actually in it. So his stunt double was posting behind-the-scenes photos on Instagram, which got deleted, of him hanging out with Tobey Maguire's stunt double. And they were talking about, we're just filming a cool project. It's so great to work with this guy again, blah, blah, blah. And so that's a little weird. It's like, why would specifically Andrew Garfield's stunt double be working with Tobey Maguire's stunt double?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anything's possible. Maybe they're doing their own thing, but that's definitely a little sus. There is a shot of Andrew Garfield, either Andrew Garfield or the stunt double, wearing the Spider-Man gear. There's video of this. It could be a random person. Who knows? He's wearing a mask, but he's got that kind of poofy Andrew Garfield hair. There is video of him walking from a trailer into a building behind some security. Again, it's fuzzy. It's far away. We don't know who it is, but it's very Andrew Garfield like. Let's see what else. I'm trying to think of what else. Evidence that Tobey Maguire is in it is it's kind of the same thing. He hasn't been seen on set, but the stunt double was tagging Marvel in a couple shots, which got deleted because I think they were freaking out. They actually pictured Tobey Maguire kind of walking down the street the other week, and he's clean shaven and he's looking pretty buff. So when is the last time that Tobey Maguire was clean shaven?
Well, I mean,
you can look it up. Go ahead. The last time Tobey Maguire was clean shaven was Spider-Man 3.
I'm not gonna look it up, but he can fucking shave at any point in time.
He can totally shave. He hasn't shaved in the last 15 years, but I'm just saying it could be anything. That's why it's called rumors and speculation. And he's looking pretty beefy for some reason.
Maybe he wants to get in shape. Yeah. I mean, maybe he's
feeling
maybe he's feeling a little pudgy around the edges, and he wants to,
Maybe not.
Because that's me. That's me. I'm pudgy around the edges. I'm trying to get in shape, not me.
But I just think the fact that as soon as he exited the Spider-Man role, he grew a beard, and that every role after that he had like this goatee or at least a 5 o'clock shadow. But now he's clean shaven again. So who knows? We'll see.
I mean, look. So there was a report a long time ago about how Tobey Maguire was on set for his costume fitting or something like that, right? But the thing is, right, and I speculated this too, that if Tobey is in the movie, I don't think he's gonna be Spider-Man. He might be just Peter, or if he is Spider-Man, you're gonna see him in like a warp, like a trans-dimensional warp or something. You're gonna be able to if imagine Tom Holland's Peter looking at different holes into the multiverse, kind of similar to what you saw in Into the Spider-Verse. Maybe you're gonna see Tobey Maguire in that type of type of like
Yeah,
feel
I don't know. I mean,
visually,
there was a
right?
report too that Marvel actually wanted Tobey Maguire to be Uncle Ben, kind of like a nice kind of like throwback and a cameo. Yeah, again, we're speculating on whether or not Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are in the new Spider-Man. We're not like they could totally not. They could pull a Ralph Boner, and like it's not them. It's like just them playing someone else, which would be super lame. I mean, I think everyone wants three Spider-Men like fighting bad guys together, but I like stupid WandaVision let me down so hard just because we overhyped it. So
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
they're keeping it very very secretive. I mean, if it happens, that's great. If it doesn't happen, I'm not gonna get too mad, just because it's like a dream. It's like we're fantasizing about this happening, and if it doesn't happen, I mean, it's not the end of the world.
yeah, I think it would be awesome if we see it. I think it would be a great surprise, but I think there's like so much speculation into whether or not it's going to happen. But this is the thing, right? Is we have that picture of Spider-Man that you talked about. I actually just found it. It it looks like it's a bearded dude. It is very fuzzy. It's possible that it's just a stunt double. It's possible that it's an old picture and
Yeah,
somebody
I mean,
just leaked it now.
anything is possible.
Anything is possible. But the fact that like apart from the initial report of Andrew being in talks, there hasn't been any additional leaks. There hasn't been any additional footage. There hasn't been anything else for his any sort of involvement with the Spider-Man movie. Additionally, the whole stunt doubles like tagging each other. It's possible that they could be really good friends. Like at the gym I go to, it's actually a really big gymnastics gym, and a lot of people go there to train. And the environment is very friendly. There's a lot of like brotherly love there, so it would stand to reason that these stunt doubles are really good friends because of their involvement with their own versions of Spider-Man. Additionally, I know, especially with Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, that he had multiple doubles. As far as I know, I think he had 3 stunt doubles. One of which I know more of. His name is Ilram Choi, who also was a stunt double for Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. So, the stunt double connection, I kind of want to throw out the window for that reason, right? Because it's possible that they're all friends. It's possible that they're really close in relation. They could be cousins or something. You don't know. But as you said, anything's possible. And I think, again, until we hear it from Marvel or the actors confirm it, their constant saying no is just it's NDA, right? They're not going to say yes.
Yeah, they're either lying or they're telling the truth. We can't. It's 50-50. We can't know one way or another.
Right.
That's what they're forced to say.
Right.
So it's gonna happen or it's not gonna happen.
Again, never say never.
I mean, honestly, if we're talking about this, we don't even know there's gonna be a multiverse in the Spider-Man movie. It's not called Spider-Man and the Multiverse of Madness.
Right.
Like we don't even know.
Right.
We were thinking WandaVision was gonna be multiverse and it wasn't.
Yeah.
So this is the same thing. We're getting too overhyped. All we know is, the original Doc Ock is coming back, and the stupid Electro from Spider-Man 2 is coming back. That's it. That's the only connection. So they could just be playing new versions of the old characters.
Additionally,
we don't know if there's we don't know.
Yeah. Additionally, we also know that Benedict Cumberbatch will be coming as Doctor Strange. We do know this. This is confirmed that he will be in this movie. Because of that, because of what we know of that, because what we know of WandaVision, because what we know of the Multiverse of Madness, because of the casting of Jamie Foxx, because the casting of Alfred Molina, it has led people to speculate this grand multiverse, this grand Spider-Verse, this connection between this into the Spider-Verse. It's all speculation based on like the connections, right? Like the dots are. It's not too far-fetched to assume it's all connected in terms of their involvement of this person being here could equal this. It's not too unbelievable to think that, right? Like there's pretty good grounds for evidence for that. But as far as like these rumor casting goes, it's one of those things where it's like you can speculate all you want, but until you actually watch the movie, we're just never gonna know. unless somebody can 100% without a doubt say that he's on set with a timestamp of today that he's there. Because even Tom Holland has said that that they're not in it. But mind you, and I talked about this a while back, I think the reason why Tom is saying no, they're not in it, knowing Tom, is that if they are in it, I don't think they're going to be there in person. I think they're going to be CGI'd, kind of similar to how Captain Marvel was CGI'd at the end clip of Infinity War, when they're trying to call the beeper to figure out who the signal was going to, and then she shows up. That was all green screen. She filmed it. She didn't even know who the hell she was talking to. I was going to say Natalie Portman, but Black Widow, when she turns around, she doesn't even know who she's supposed to see. It was all CGI'd after the fact. So if Tom is interacting with these characters, I think it might be CGI'd. I don't think he's going to get to see it. I don't think he knows who he's talking to. And I think that's why when he said that they're not in it, it's because he generally doesn't know, because they're afraid of him spoiling it. So there's what do you call it? Circumstantial evidence that could lead to their involvement, but we don't know for sure yet. So we'll find out. We will find out. But I don't know, man. What do you guys think? I actually do want to know what you guys think. Definitely post it in the comments below. If you're watching on the live stream, make sure you guys are posting it in the chat. I definitely want to hear your thoughts. But Jesse, what else is going on in the world of fandom, man? What you got cooking up in Virginia?
Nothing. I don't know. Resident Evil 8 came out. Been playing that. Pretty good. Oh, that's
Wait,
pretty
didn't
good.
8
Pretty
come
fun.
out already?
It came out yesterday.
Oh, fuck. That shows you how much I know.
It's a tall vampire lady that everyone wants to have sex with.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that came out.
Yeah, she's in it.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm going to quickly just go through our Facebook. Make sure you guys are following at facebook.com/SPOLIER. I post news and shit there. I'm just going to go down the list. How's that going so far, that game, though?
Yeah, pretty fun. Pretty spooky. Like it.
Nice. Oh, so Warner Brothers is reportedly searching for a black director and actor to front new Spider-Man movie. So it's confirmed that they are going to be going with Calvin Kent as the new Superman. I posted that. So J.J. Abrams supposedly was helming the project, but since they're looking for a different director, I'm actually happy with that, because it's very possible that if J.J., being a white guy, tries to film this movie, it's going to be really tone deaf. There's going to be a lot of themes and things like that aren't going to make sense. Very similar to how Ryan Coogler did Black Panther. So that's great news for that. I'm still pissed that it's not Henry Cavill. I want to see more Henry Cavill as Superman. I'm pretty sure that this movie is going to be cool, but I want more Henry Cavill. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance got an official launch trailer. That was pretty cool. Oh, we're getting a new Purge movie, the final Purge movie, called The Forever Purge. It's either The Forever Purge or just Forever Purge. Blade got delayed, probably because of COVID, and then, well, definitely because of COVID. With the whole shifting of the projects, it's possible that whatever involvement Blade is going to have in the MCU proper, it's possible that that's why they had to push it out. I believe it's getting pushed to 2022. I think we were supposed to get it late this year, if I remember correctly. Or no, I think we were supposed to get it early 2022. I can't remember. We got a new trailer drop for Stranger Things 4. Ooh, Grand Theft Auto 6 is not the next Grand Theft Auto game.
Yeah, the new Grand Theft Auto is Grand Theft Auto 5 again.
With some new DLC. With $1 million.
What are they doing, dude?
Yeah.
It's everyone's fault. If you stop buying that game, they'll make GTA 6. It's your fault for spending money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, what are they gonna do? It's like just release the same game for $60 more on PlayStation 5, and just you're gonna buy it because you're cheap and you're stupid.
I don't know if we talked about it, but the Rockstar Games did post they did post like new job searches for I think developers or whatever, and that had a lot of fans speculating that they're working on 6 or at the very least DLC for Red Dead 2, maybe Red Dead 3. Obviously, Red Dead 3 is probably like the least likely just because 2 just came out not too long ago. But that had a lot of people speculating for GTA 6, but I believe that it was an unknown source that reported that it probably won't happen. Supposedly, I forgot who the source. I think there was some connection of the source, but they stated that like they were at Rockstar and they didn't see anything in the works of 6, like nothing, no music, no casting, no. There was nothing happening in relation to the project, and if there is gonna be something about that project, it probably won't start until maybe next year with a potential release for 2023, but that's if. There was no concept art. There's nothing going on for this game, and that's pissing a lot of fans off. I know it's kind of pissing me off because I really wanted, I like GTA. I would totally love a 6. There was a report that they were going to go back to Vice City. Personally, I would rather they go to like a new city, maybe like based in DC, or go back to freaking England, because that's where GTA 2 for PlayStation was based in England. So that would be cool. But there's nothing. So that report about them going back to Vice City could be a lie, could be total BS. We don't know. The CEO for Gearbox stated in a tweet, I believe, that Borderlands is not going to be like a co-developed game, that they're 100% going to be doing the next Borderlands, but that they didn't really tease a Borderlands 4 just because didn't 3 just come out like 2 years ago?
I don't remember.
I could have sworn it just came out, but he basically announced that they have future projects coming out, which makes me believe that it's probably DLC and not a full game. So keep that in mind. We'll have more information, obviously, as it becomes available. We got some new set photos for the new Andor series for Disney Plus. Andor is the character from Rogue One, played by Diego Luna. He's getting his prequel series. Courtney Cox teased Friends reunion. I don't know if it's going to be an episode or a get together. Who knows what? Oh shit! I thought this was cool. So Def Jam started trending on Twitter. Just because a bunch of fans are begging for a new game. I really love the Def Jam series. I think Icon sucked, though. I don't think it had the same charm as the first 2 games did. I would love to see a second one, but we'll see. On the Batwoman show on the CW, we got our first looks at Stephanie Brown, who is I think she's the second Batgirl after Barbara Gordon becomes Oracle. She gets wheelchair bound because of the Joker, and she becomes the Oracle. And then Stephanie Brown, I believe, is the new Batgirl. So she's going to be in the new Batwoman season. This is a good one. So Christina Ricci, if you don't know, she plays Wednesday Addams in the original 2 Tim Burton Addams Family movies, Addams Family and then Addams Family, Family Values. Supposedly Netflix, and this is a rumor report, so let me go ahead and throw the rumor report out there. And sorry, that's the wrong one. Rumor report. Supposedly, Netflix is trying to get Christina Ricci to play Morticia Addams. This would not be a reprisal role. This isn't anything like that. This would be like a new version. So how close to Tim Burton will they follow? It's really up to them. But they want to get her to play Morticia Addams. However, they're not in talks. As far as we know, they're not really in talks. It's just like something that Netflix wants to do, right? They want her there, and they're probably going to try to figure out how to get her to be in it. That would be cool. I think a nice legacy casting. They don't have to, but I think it'd be dope. We got a new Rugrats trailer, and you know what's funny? I saw the trailer, and your your feelings.
There's something off, right?
Yeah, I'm starting to feel it now. Like I get it, and it's starting to bug me too. Like I'm like, yeah,
Like
something's not.
there was no way. I don't think there was a way of fixing that. Like it needs to be. That's a cartoon that needs to be in 2D. There's no other way to fix it. If it was going to be in 3D, they should have redesigned the characters. It
Yeah.
just the 2D designs with 3D models, it just doesn't work.
So the I got it from IGN, but they even like their headline is new trailer for Rugrats reboot proves 3D animation style is going to take a minute to get used to. So it's like, well,
It's gonna take me a whole season to get used to it.
yeah.
But then,
I'm
I mean, I feel like if they redesign the characters, people would still get upset. So they should. I mean, maybe maybe they don't have the budget to do 2D or 3D is easier to do. But like, come on, like, just do it 2D. Who cares?
yeah, I'm definitely hip. I'm definitely with you there. But I do see what you're talking about. So Sesame Street finally they did the whole episode, the debut of the two black characters. I don't know their names, but the way that they introduced these characters into Sesame Street, they talk about what is it, melanin, the thing in our skin that makes the skin color. I thought they did a really good job of bringing it up, and I want to remind you guys that Sesame Street is an educational platform. And so their take on this, I think, is a great platform to do this on. It's not one of those things where like you race bend just for inclusion. I think they did it in a really great way, and they brought up some really good points to understand why the difference is there. And for kids who watch Sesame Street who have these questions, I think they answered it in a good way, and I'm really happy that they did it, and I'm really happy and hopeful for how they continue to build upon that educational platform to be able to do that, to help kids understand why we're different. Just because with the whole Corona, the whole Asian hate crimes that's happening as of late, like it's a good time for us to understand that we're all different, and what better way than teach your kids, you know? Next, or rather, additionally, Tom Welling is throwing out some great ideas into the universe. So he's actually really good friends with Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson will be playing the Batman in the new Batman movie by Matt Reeves. And he would love to be fucking Superman in that universe. And while I think it'd be sick if he were to reprise his role as the Smallville Superman, I think it'd be cool just to see Tom Welling put the suit back up. We do know that he was in Final Crisis, the crossover event with Arrow, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, and I think Batwoman. He reprised his role as Clark very briefly. So to see him come back as like full-fledged Superman, I think that'd be dope. But he's not in talks with any studios. He's not in negotiations. He hasn't fitted. He's just thrown the idea out there because he's friends with Robert Pattinson. So I think that's cool. But definitely keep that in mind. Also Loki will now be premiering on Wednesdays, with the debut coming on Wednesday, June 9th instead of Friday, June 11th. So for you Disney Plus fans that watch all the Marvel stuff, MCU will be, Loki will be premiering every Wednesday instead of every Friday on Disney Plus, our Lord and Savior. And then we also got our first images for House of the Dragons, the Game of Thrones prequel series that's going to revolve around House Targaryen. We have a couple of pictures of some of the characters that are going to be there. I don't know, as far as like who got casted, I don't know any of these actors' names, but the costumes and stuff looks great. There's not really much difference between House of Dragons costume versus Game of Thrones costumes. They're really cool. We talked about the 89 game. I think that's dope. And I really think that's it as far as like major news goes. Oh, and then of course Marvel did drop their their trailer for the movies. With a beautiful voiceover by Stan Lee that like almost brought me to tears. I'm not gonna lie. But that was really cool. We got our first looks at the Eternals, which was really dope to see. We had some like new footage from Shang-Chi, but nothing major. Just like different angles of certain scenes that we saw in the first trailer. But the Eternals was probably the biggest thing. We also got confirmation for dates, except for Fantastic Four, which fans were pissed off that we didn't get a confirmation date for Fantastic Four. But I think the thing is because of the Rona, and there's always a possibility of the shifting of dates. While it is going to be the next movie that comes out, there's just not a confirmed date yet because it's possible that they may want to shoot for a summer release versus a spring release. It's possible that something could happen and they may want to shift it to be sooner rather than later, or maybe later rather than sooner. So it's up in the air just because it's still a couple years out. I don't know how far along they are with development, so that's something to keep in mind. But that's going to be all the news for this week. Jesse, anything else? Any closing remarks? Closing statements?
Andrew Garfield's in the new Spider-Man. $20.
$20?
Go.
I got you, bro. $20. You guys heard it here first. $20. Andrew Garfield is not in the new Spider-Man. If I lose, what happens if you win? Apart from the $20, just $20. That's all you want to bet.
Well, I'm gonna probably use it to buy the popcorn.
Okay.
You take me on a date. How's that?
All right, bet. All right, so $20. So if Jesse wins, he gets 20. If I win, I get the 20. Bet. I'm down for that bet. I'm betting man. Make sure you guys gamble responsibly because we don't condone it, but it's a friendly nerdy wager. So
I should mention I'm not rich, so you'll probably get like a quarter a month for the next 30 years. So, but you'll get your 20 though. Damn, okay. I'm a man of my word.
Sure. So. So stupid. All right, that's gonna be it for the show, guys. Again, thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to hang out with us. Remember, guys, community engagement for me is really important. If you guys are watching live, I just posted the link to the Discord there. Please make sure you guys are jumping in the Discord. I hang out in there all the time. So if you guys want to just chat, if you guys want to talk about nerd stuff, definitely do it there. Live show goes Twitch every Saturday, 12 p.m., twitch.tv/TotallyAFan, TAF. Anchor.fm for the podcast, YouTube for videos and other clips. If you guys love what we do and you guys want to help support the channel, please consider sharing, subscribing. You can subscribe absolutely for free on Twitch using Amazon Prime. And we also have our merch store. So if you guys want to buy some dope merch, we have new merch on the way. You guys can go ahead and do that as well on the official Fan Cave merch store. So, guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to hang out with us. Jesse, thank you for being here. But that's going to be for us, folks. So I will catch you guys on the next one. But as always, thanks for coming.